The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
So Rav Moshe Feinstein, they were at a major meeting. Rav Moshe Feinstein, Rav Aaron Kotler, Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky. They were just asked a bunch of shaylas by Choshev Rabbonim and Askanim. It was a very serious matter, and they went into a room to discuss the issues. And they were debating. These are the three greatest in Klal Yisrael. So they were debating and talking, and all of a sudden, in the middle of everything, Rav Moshe gets up and says, "You'll excuse me, please, Rabbosai, but there's a wedding that I must attend to, and I'll come back later. But I must go." He runs out. There's a Talmud waiting for him in the car, whatever. He takes him to the wedding hall. He comes to the wedding hall. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, the Sar HaTorah, the Gadol Hador, everybody comes. I can't believe it. The Moshe comes. The father of the Chosin comes out. He says, "Look, I'm here for the Kala's side. I just want to say you have no idea what kind of Kala you got. She's a treasure. You should understand the gift that your Chosin has." And Rav Moshe, very uncharacteristically, he stays by the chasana. Usually he comes in, he can go to a chasana, or many chasanas every night. He comes in, he says, Mazel Tov, he leaves. No, he stayed. Not only did he stay, but he danced with the chasan. And then at the end of the chasana, he calls the kala to come, which he never, ever does. He never asks the kala to come and gives her a special bracha. He asks the kala to come, gives you a bracha. You're married into a wonderful family. Mitzvah Hashem, you can have nachas and simchas and bracha v'atzlacha. And he leaves, and people were absolutely, they were on a high. Mamash on a high. And the Talmud who drove me, they couldn't understand what was going on. This was not a family chasana. I didn't know these people. He never heard of them. And he says, yes, this Rabbi. He says, I don't understand. Rabbi, please explain to me. You never stay like this for a chasana, and you certainly never give brachas to the kal at the end. You call in the kal. You never do this. So Rabbi says, I'll tell you what happened. A few weeks ago, a young woman comes knocking on the door. My Rebbitzin opens up and invites her in, and as soon as she comes in, she just breaks down in tears, and she starts sobbing. She says, I have to speak to Rabbi Moshe. So I come in, and she tells me, I come from a poor family in Yerushalayim. I got engaged to an American boy. My parents, my family can't afford to come here for the chasana. All they could afford was to buy the ticket for me to come, and that was it. And I feel so alone. What are they going to think of me? There's nobody else in my family at the wedding. I'm the only person there. It's so humiliating. It's so embarrassing. Could I ask if the Rebbe would come, please, to my chasana? Like you're part of my mishpacha. So Rabbi Moshe says, of course. Tell me, when is the wedding? What's the name of the hall? The address? The Mitzvah Hashem, I'll be there. So he told this Talmud, I was in the middle of this just very important discussion. I remembered I had to go to this chasana, so I immediately got up and I went. And I came and I stayed, and I praised the kal. I called in the kal and gave her a bracha because I wanted to make her feel good. And I wanted them to see that she has some mishpacha here, that I'm here for her. Do you understand what this story is? Do you know who Rav Moshe was? The undisputed Gadol Hador, a Yochid B'Doiroi. There was nobody like him. The greatest of the great were machnia themselves to him. The man had the whole Jewish world on his shoulders. But he had the time to be metapel, to busy himself with someone he doesn't know, who he never saw, to come to the chasana, to stay there, to dance with the chosin, and to call in the kal and to give her a bracha. All to make a lonely soul feel good. There's nobody like the Jewish people. And there's nobody like our Gedolim.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org